Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Ved channel. I welcome you at the last presentation of important disease, food and mouth disease. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head Veterinary Medicine. Today we will see the last part 4. In that we will deal with treatment, prevention and control of foot and mouth disease, a very important viral disease of domestic animals. We see here the treatment aspect of the foot and mouth disease. As it is a viral disease, there is no specific treatment. But automatic cure occurs in many animals within 7 to 10 days if the cases are not severe and if the proper care is taken. The cases with severe and complications require intensive treatment. We know that there are mouth lesions. So clinician has to treat the mouth lesions. Various ready-made antiseptic mouthwash is available in the market, and cheaply available are potassium permanganate solution, sodium bicarbonate solution, boric acid and glycerin paste is also help to heal and to soothe the mouth lesions. There are foot lesions also, require treatment of the foot lesions. Antiseptic ointment is applied. Antibiotic ointment can be applied to check the secondary bacterial infection. If there is maggot wound, so it should be dressed with a maggoticide solution and ointments. As the foot is exposed to the ground, the wound is protected by bandaging the foot, and then apply a fly repellent or spray a fly repellent to prevent maggot infestation and annoyance by the flies. Continue here in the treatment topic. Sometime, if there is locally severe burning pain wound, if there is erosion ulcers, the application of anesthetic ointment relieves from this burning pain. If there are lesions on the teeth and udder, it must be dressed with antiseptic solution or antibiotic cream, because this is important to prevent the mastitis, to prevent the teeth canal blockage, teeth opening blockage. If there is severe fever, give injections of antipyretics. To control the secondary bacterial infection, sufficient dose for a 3 or 4 day duration antibiotic course is important. In some cases, anti-inflammatory and painkillers also help, and generally drugs are used, non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs. Symptomatic treatment depending on the exhibition of symptoms. There is anorexia, and to give the vital life to the animal, to strengthen the animal, fluid therapy containing dextrose also. Supportive therapy is also very important for comfort to the animal and early recovery. A good nursing care, proper bedding, soft bedding, light exercise, use of fly repellents that keeps the fly away from the animal. So animal sits or stand in a quiet posture. Otherwise, flies may cause annoyance to this animal. A good nutrition, and as there are painful lesions in the mouth, soft liquid diet is advisable. In this presentation now onwards, we'll discuss prevention and control measures. For the control of foot and mouth disease, there are many strategies are there, but mainly two strategies are applied in the international context, and that is vaccination strategy and slaughter policy. The decision to apply control strategies in a particular area or a particular country or a state depends on many factors. Frequency and amount of disease in a population. If frequency amount of disease in a population is less, and if the rules and regulation permits, slaughter policy is advisable to eradicate the disease. But in countries like India, where the frequency of disease, foot and mouth disease is more, slaughter policy is not allowed here because of the public sentiment. So here, vaccination strategy helps to prevent and control the disease. Local rules and regulations in many countries, slaughter policy is not permissible. In that, vaccination strategies should be followed. Economic condition of the country. If the country is economically sound, slaughter policy is better to eradicate the disease. But if the economic condition and if the replacement stock is not available, if the disease is more, then vaccination strategy is advisable. The decision on strategies also depends on facilities available for accurate diagnosis, manpower available for treatment, control and vaccination, and there must be practical feasibility of a strategy in a particular area. These all factors decide the use of strategy for the control of foot and mouth disease. Continue control and prevention. The spread of foot and mouth disease, if it is airborne, it is very difficult to control because airborne spreads very fast If you control in one area, the outbreak is observed in the other area also. By airborne, there is a fast spread of the disease. But control of movement of livestock and livestock products is a effective step to prevent the further spread of the disease. As usual, the standard procedure of infectious disease, quarantine and isolation procedures must be adopted. Separation of infected, in contact and suspected animals from the healthy animal. All type of isolation is very important. Slaughtering of the infected animal if the local rules and regulation of the country permits. Disinfection of the premises by sodium hydroxide, formalin 1 to 2%, sodium carbonate 4%, destroys the virus in few minutes. The alkali medium is detrimental to the virus. So disinfection should be performed with alkali solutions. Vaccination strategy of the prevention is very much important. It is very easy and economically feasible. So we talk more about this vaccination strategy here. The inactivated vaccines contain prevalent serotypes or predominant serotypes in a particular geographical area should be used. We should not use the serotypes which are not prevalent in particular area. Otherwise, it will be of no use. And accordingly, we should select a type of vaccine. Single serotypes, monovalent, two type of serotypes, bivalent, three type of serotypes, trivalent, or many polyvalent. I would like to discuss about the course of vaccination. It is very important to achieve sufficient level or satisfactory level of protective immunity. Give primary course of two inoculations, two dose of vaccinations. First vaccination is today, then second vaccination at 2 to 4 weeks after. That means two inoculation with a difference of period of about 2 to 4 weeks. Then followed by revaccination every 4 to 12 months. And this time regime is used according to the specification of vaccine by the company who is manufacturing the vaccine. The maternal antibody in the calf or in the young one may last for 3 to 6 months. And if the vaccination is done during this period, this maternal antibody may interfere with the immunization. You hear prevention by the vaccination. In some countries, they recommend first vaccination at the age ranging from 2 to 6 months to avoid gap in protection, because we are not sure up to what months the immunity remain. So to avoid that thing, some countries advocate vaccination at the age of 2 to 6 months. Recommendation of vaccination for the calves: usually first vaccination should be at 4 months of age, then followed by a booster dose of vaccination after 2 to 4 weeks, then again revaccination every 6 months or 4 to 12 months once. So sometimes there are 3 doses of vaccination and sometimes there are 2 doses of vaccination. In sheep and pigs, vaccination should be done at the age of 6 months. The first vaccination leads to immunity in ruminants for about 3 to 6 months. Then subsequent vaccination protects the animal for 1 year in the cattle, but in sheep and goat it protects only for 6 months. In a more risky area of infection of foot and mouth disease, exotic areas, the ruminants are vaccinated 3 times a year to achieve desired level of immunity. If the risk is less, medium, the animals are vaccinated twice a year. No need to vaccinate 3 times a year. Risk is less. In countries where the infection is very low, the ruminants are vaccinated twice the first year and subsequently only once annually. Where the infection risk is very less, the ruminants are vaccinated in the first year 2 times, twice a year, and then subsequently one vaccination every year, annually. We continue here the presentation on prevention and control. With vaccination, other measures are also very important, and strict hygiene and sanitation is very important step to reduce the spread of virus. Keep everything clean. Materials like mud, bedding, clothes, gumboots, shoes, various equipments, they also harbor the infection. Washing of hand after each and every operation or each and every activity is of prime importance to reduce the spread of disease. Veterinarians and owner of the farm should avoid visit of other farms and other areas. If they want to visit, observe strict hygiene and sanitary measures. Inspection of animals regularly daily for any signs of foot and mouth disease in the face of outbreak is very much necessary. At the initial stage of the disease, find out the symptoms and diagnose the disease and separate them and apply prevention and control measures. That helps to a great extent to reduce the outbreak and outbreak losses. If in a farm there are various classes of livestock, sheep, pig, goat, and other things, it is advisable to separate different species of livestock. Because some livestock, cattle and buffaloes, especially exotic crossbreeds, they show the severe symptoms. But the animal like sheep, they harbor the infection but they don't show clinical signs, not diagnosable signs. So they may create a problem. So it is advisable to separate various classes of livestock. Very important thing is that arrangement of disinfection foot bath at the entry and exit of the farm. This is very much essential to prevent the entry of infection in the farm and exit of infection out of the farm. Friends, I have put a lot of efforts to prepare these slides and other videos also. So it is my humble request to you all to share the information to the other. It is freely available, free of cost. And to support and to promote the channel and to motivate me, requested to subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for observing this video. With this video, we are completing the information on foot and mouth disease. I have tried to give detailed information and information which are very much necessary under the field condition. Thank you very much.